What's up, family? So today, I want to give y'all a wake-up call. So, do you have any addictions that you got? It doesn't have to be a drug or nothing. It can be TV, books, sex, clothes, money, drink, food, anything, cigarettes, anything that you feel like you constantly have to do that you feel like you don't really have control over. Something that has more power over you than you have over it. That thing where you just suddenly get a feeling over you that you need to be doing this right now. Like, okay, like I used to smoke weed. Now I feel like, okay, like I gotta smoke weed all day long. I gotta stay high all day long. And when I didn't have the weed, I'll be upset. I'll be irritated because it had more control over me than I had over it. Now, the wake-up call I want to tell you about today is that all those things come down to what? Lust. People think lust is just after sex. Lust is when you are using an overabundance of anything. Like I said, it could be books, TV, money, clothes, anything, food. It can be anything. And the thing I want to tell you is that the things that you are addicted to, the lust that has control over you, it will never be satisfied. You think that one day you're going to finally read enough books to where you're going to want to be finally satisfied and stop reading these books. You think that you're going to smoke enough cigarettes to where one day you'll just stop smoking cigarettes and finally be satisfied. You think that you're going to make enough money to where you finally make enough money and be satisfied, but actually, you got to recognize these things are infinite. Money is based off of what? Based off of numbers. So if something is based off of numbers, guess what? Numbers are infinite. Numbers are infinite. Numbers go up to an infinite level. You can get $20 trillion. You can get $900 billion. But you know there's still more money out there to be made. So you're going to be wanting more money. That's just how it is. It's never going to be satisfied. When people are addicted to having sex, that lust is never going to be satisfied. If you don't finally get control over it, more than it has control over you, it will completely destroy you. You got to get control over your addictions and these things that got a hold over you. Because these things will never be satisfied. That's the game of this whole planet, is to play this game with you where you are constantly chasing after this thing that won't be satisfied. Constantly chasing after pleasure. Constantly lusting over stuff that won't never be satisfied. Your lust will never be satisfied. It's just going to keep on pulling at your energy till it completely takes you over. Have you ever seen a crackhead? And how he's just sitting out there, just messed up, just disoriented, don't know what he's going to do next. He don't know what to do without his crack. That can happen with anything. It doesn't have to just be drugs. There's people out there that's the same way with sex, with money. Look at Donald Trump. He's dude. Y'all know Donald Trump doesn't even want to be president no more. He thought he was going to be wanting to be president. As soon as he got in office, he found out he does not want to be president. And guess what got him there? One, the overabundance of power. He would rather not be president and just enjoy his life with his family. But now he got to do all this work that's much more harder than he thought it was. See, now he put himself into a position where he doesn't want to be at. Why? Because he wanted an overabundance of power. He wanted an overabundance of money. That can happen with anything. And it happens all of a sudden. All of a sudden, you turn around and find out, look, man, this thing has just destroyed everything. Like, oh, okay, for example, folks that drink alcohol. It's all good until they drink the alcohol and end up beating up their wife and kids and lose they whole entire family, huh? It's all good up until that point, till they lose the whole entire family over it. Then they recognize when it's too late that this thing that they thought they had control over has control over them. Just a drink and a bottle has more control over them. Just a piece of paper has more control over them than they have over it. You got to stop playing this game with yourself. This kind of goes back to the same video that I made yesterday. The video about the middle path. Because all this is doing is you chasing after pleasure or running away from pain. That's all it is. You chasing after pleasure or running away from pain, or both. And these are the two extremes. You have to learn how to be content with what you got. That's how you get out of here, is being content with what you got and understanding that everything is God, including you. Your whole life is God. God, everything in your life is God, and what's given to you is what you're supposed to have, and you can deal with that with your life. Just do not attach yourself to these things, chasing after pleasure your whole life, because one day that's going to turn on you, and before you recognize what's happened, it's going to be too late. So that's the wake-up call I want to tell y'all, family. Overcome these addictions, man. We getting into these end times, or whatever you want to call it. We getting into these times of the Kali Yuga, where it is basically the end of the planet as we know it. And y'all got to get y'all stuff together. We have all been incarnating on this planet for thousands. I mean, some people millions of years, maybe even billions of years. Folks have been reincarnated on this planet, and if you still ain't got it right, that means you've been on here for a long time and still have not got your stuff right. So this is the time that you got to get your stuff right, so you can get up out of here and not be destroyed. I'm telling you, overcome these addictions, overcome these things that have control over you, and get control over it. It doesn't matter what it is: sleep, reading, researching, anything. You can be doing an overabundance of anything. Drinking water. There's good things that you can be doing an overabundance of. Folks can read the Bible too much. Folks can study too much. Folks can exercise too much. Really take a look at the things in your life that you are doing an overabundance of, and take a look at the things in your life that you are not doing enough of, and get your stuff balanced, and stuff will start to work better for you. That's what happened to me. The more obstacles I overcome, the more smoother my life went, because I was bringing order into my life. Some people think that what happens is because you've overcame an obstacle, then God blesses you. That's kind of what it is, but I see it as when you do things in your life to get balance back in your life, is going to bring more order into your life, and that's exactly what happened with me. All the obstacles I overcame: stopped smoking weed, stopped lusting after females. Every time I overcame one of them obstacles, more order came in my life. At one point, I used to masturbate, and I used to lust a whole lot, and I eventually overcame that and stopped masturbating, stopped lusting. And the next day, when I finally got to that point where I was done with it, I seen a double rainbow, and that was pretty much telling me that I had finally ascended to a certain height. And so after that, my life went a lot smoother, and my life was a lot better. Blessings started happening in my life because I had overcame the obstacle and brought more order into my life, and left the chaos behind. So if you're watching this, I just want to tell you, overcome the obstacles today. Okay? So y'all can do it. Heru is the overcomer of obstacles, and y'all can do it too, because he's within you. That same energy that was within him to overcome his obstacles is within all of us. So anyway, overcome y'all's obstacles. I thank y'all for watching this video. Peace out, man.